Hello, my name is Danny. I'm the IT manager here at the Sanibel Public Library. I'm going to be giving you a tutorial on how to access eBooks with Overdrive by using a PC or Mac computer. So if you look here, we're on sanlib.org, which is the library's website. It's sanlib.org. We're going to go there first. Then we're going to select eShelf. This has a lot of helpful services and apps that you can use along with your library barcode to give you access to them. The one we're looking at today is Overdrive eBooks. So this is this icon here. We're going to select that. So now we are actually in the ebook site through Overdrive. The first thing we're going to want to do is sign in. And you'll enter your library barcode number here. That's the code that's found on the back of your library card. It usually starts in 20770. Okay. So if we're going to be downloading ebooks on a laptop computer or desktop computer, we can select any books that we see in this collection here under collections, including ebooks and audiobooks. If we have another device like a phone or a Kindle reader, we'll have to look at appropriate file types. For Kindle ebooks, they use a different version of ebook. EPUB is the version of ebook that you'll use for computers and Macs through browsers like we're doing. But if you're using an Amazon product, you'll need to select this Kindle ebook button here. So when you select that, you'll see that it only shows you the books that are compatible with your device. And basically how you'll get these books to your Kindle e-reader per se would be using the modifier here, available now. We'll click that, and that's showing just books that are available now. These books work just like normal books in the library. If someone has them checked out, they're not available until the book expires its time, which is typically a 2-week period. You can have 10 items at a time per library card. So to do a test here, we're just going to pretend like we have a Kindle e-reader we would like to send a book to, and just as an example, we'll click this one here. So we can see there's 3 copies available of this book. Same as how there's multiple copies in the library, there's also multiple digital copies. We're going to select borrow. So here you'll see the selection. By default, 14 days is selected. You could select 7 days if you think you can finish the book fairly quickly. At any given time, you can have 10 books out on an account. So some books allow early return, others do not. So if you don't think you will be interested in the book, or may not read the book at all, or may read the book quickly, sometimes 7 days is good because it will remove it from your account quicker than if you're waiting on an auto return from a 14-day you've already read. So I'm going to select 7 days since we're not probably going to read this book. Okay, now, so we selected Kindle book early on since we have a Kindle e-reader. We have a different button since we're using Kindle books. It says read now with Kindle. So this is a very important step. We're going to click this button. So now this is asking us for an Amazon account that's associated with our Kindle reader. So on your Kindle reader, when you first got it and set it up, you gave it an email and password. That'll be the same email and password that you use here. And once you put that in and click sign in, that book will arrive on the mobile device that has the Amazon Kindle app installed on it. So your final step would be logging in with your Amazon account, and then the book will appear on your device. You want to make sure your device is connected to Wi-Fi so that that book will automatically download to it. So those are a little trickier. Kindle books are a little trickier since they only work with Kindle readers. Most other things like iOS devices like iPhones and iPads, they'll work with both standard ebooks like EPUBs, and they'll also work with Kindle books as well, so you can shop both collections. So what we'll do here is we're going to look for an audio book. Here on some of these categories, you can see right here there's an icon shows a little book there. That's going to be an actual book you would read, and then when you see the headset, the audio book, that's an audio book, so we would listen to that. So let's do this audio book here. There's 2 copies available. Now borrow. 2/7-day. We're going to select borrow. Okay, so this isn't a Kindle formatted book. This is a EPUB audiobook, MP3 audiobook. So this will be can be used on iPads, iPhones, Android tablets, computers, Macs, a lot more different devices. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen in the browser. That's one way we can go ahead and hear it now. If you wanted to download it and put it on a maybe you have a small MP3 player that you can plug your headset into and listen to while you jog, you would do the download version, and you would actually copy and paste it onto the device manually. But we're just going to listen in browser today. Make our lives a little simpler for the video.
Penguin Random House Audio presents Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens.
So you could start that
Read
and
for
listen to it
you
on your
by
laptop.
Cassandra Campbell.
We'll scrub through here.
Part 1. The Marsh.
The menu interacts fairly well.
Chapter 8. Negative Data. 19.
So if we want to see what items we have on this account, let's go back up here to accounts, and we can look at loans, and this is going to show us what we've checked out. So here's our two. Both of these have the ability to be early returned, and we can see that button here since we'll do that before we're done. Let's go into collections and try to use modifiers. So here's all the collections. Now you can always search for things by author. If we go here and browse by subject, you can search by subject as well. So we just searched Arthur C. Clarke. We'll just do this H.G. Wells title here. And you can read samples of a lot of these books. So before you want to borrow it, you can click Read Sample, and it's going to give you a quick look at what the book would look like. Go back to subjects. Basically, this is like any other site. You're basically shopping for what you would like to check out. We'll head over lastly and look at the children's collection here by subject. If we go to, that's all formats, we'll go to juvenile, fiction, and then over here there's a great button to press, available now. It's going to show us what is available now. We will use another modifier. We will go by audience. And let's look at grade-wise. We'll make this for younger ones. So let's take a look at this book here. This would be as if you needed a children's book for a child or grandchild. This is a Kindle book, it's telling us, so we would want to read with our Kindle. And that's fine. We didn't specify earlier that we wanted ebooks only. So we want to tell, there's the Kindle books, so we want to tell we want Overdrive books. So we're using these modifiers here to look for exactly what we're trying to find based on what device we have, what subject we're interested in, what age group we're looking for, etc. Here's a curious short that will work, not be the Kindle version. We want to read now in browser, so it gave us that button to read in browser there. So we're going to drag the book just like you would. Find components there. We'll close out of that. So yeah, that's some basics about finding books through Overdrive. There's some other things you can do. You can place holds. So we looked at books that were available now. Let's find something that may not be available. Here's local interests. This one has a waiting list. So right here, this is how we'd place a hold. So just like any other hold, you'd place it. The book's not available. We'll put in our email address and place the hold, and then once the book becomes available, we'll get an email with a link notified to us, notified and sent to our email. So place those holds. You'll still see the items come in. A lot of times based on demand, it'll show you what number you are in line waiting for the hold. Wish lists, settings. By default, we're set on 14 days for audiobooks and eBooks. You can set some things about, so if you had a child you're setting this up for, you might select a lower age group or mature adult so you don't see the children's things. But yeah, this is the Overdrive ebook portal. Good collection of things on here is available with your library card, definitely worth checking out. There are other platforms you can use to access ebooks, but Overdrive is a very good one to get started with. Hope this helps you get logged in and find a few things. Thanks for checking us out.